Welcome, everyone. I'm Diane with We Rise Now, here with my beloved counterparts, Karen and Robert. And we're going to talk just a little bit about opening your heart. And why in the world would I want to do that in these crazy polarized days? Robert, what do you think about that?
When I think of opening the heart, I'm thinking also of the reverse, right? So as I'm confronted with all of the anxieties of the world right now, right? We got pandemic, we got political turmoil, you name it. It's really right here. A lot of people are economically struggling. And so what do? We clamp down, we pull in, we tighten up, right? And that not only keeps us in, but it also keeps others out. um, and if we are trying to strive toward a common good, then I need to be able to flow out, people need to be able to flow in, and we need to be able to flow together. So we need a practice of opening ourselves, opening our bodies, so that that flow can happen in and out, out and in, so that together we flow more fully together. Um, and it's when I think of opening my heart, it's not only for others, but it's mainly for me, right? It's to be able to live and be free from. I mean, this sort of posture is so, you know, it's
Prevalent?
enslaving. Yes, and
Mhm.
it locks me in. I'm
Yes.
imprisoned. So it's really about opening myself and being free.
You know, Robert, it's funny that you say that. I was having this conversation with a client a week ago and talking about really the misnomer that it's better to give than to receive, because actually that experience of love is circular. It
Mhm.
flows like this between myself and someone else, between myself and God. And so if I'm just focused on giving or I'm just focused on receiving, it interrupts that circular flow.
Mhm.
And to
Mhm.
what you were saying, it's all about allowing ourselves to surrender and be inside of that. And one of the most evocative questions I've ever heard is from a dear therapist friend of mine out in New York in a program that she teaches. And she always asks people this question, and that is, what in the world is worth closing my heart for? And I've never been able to think of anything. And I've been through multiple programs, taught multiple programs with her, and I've never heard anyone, when the question was posed that way, that could come up with anything that was worth intentionally closing your heart over.
Mhm.
And yet
Mhm.
we do it all the time. Karen, what do you think about that?
Well, I just thinking um, that as we were really encouraging folks to open their hearts, and we ourselves are working on that, I think there's another place of encouragement that we need to do, especially during this time of social distancing and isolation, is turn off the computer. And I was trying not to say the word damn, but but
After you watch our video, of course.
of
Yeah, that's right.
course,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
Immediately
I
turn
do,
it off.
yes, but I do think, I sit here with three screens around me,
Yeah,
and I think that that somehow closes my heart down, and my mind is not. Um, it's going in so many different directions, and so really to be in a place where I can focus on the practice and on the breath and opening my heart to all of those around me. I would just encourage all of us to take a break from those, how many hours you have on the screen each week. Um,
absolutely.
Yeah, so you're opening your heart, you're opening your being to what is, to the moment, to the
Yeah.
experience right there, right? Whoever you're with, wherever you are, whatever you're feeling, both the what we would call maybe the good and the bad, or the positive and the negative, just the whole complex of who we are, to open ourselves to that. Because as soon as we close ourselves to one part of that,
Mm-hmm.
we imprison ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And if you think about what we do, Karen, to your point about the computer, I know when I used to travel, when I was a lawyer, I would come home and I would think, oh my gosh, I just spent hours on this plane, like literally hunched over a computer like this. This is shutting your heart off physically, literally.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, our physical being just hunkers down into those spaces. I mean, until we're walking around with that kind of posture.
Closed off.
Right.
that's right. That's right. So really, in many respects, when we do our meditation, when we listen to the meditation that you provide, Diane, we ought to have our hands out, our arms
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
up,
yeah.
opening
That's
our
a
chest.
position of joy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's our picture. If you look at our website, that's the picture,
Yeah.
is someone really opening up in that posture.
that's right. So open up. Let's open our lives, our hearts, our minds, our spirits, and receive and give.